Next up, the very well-known author and award-winning journalist, Hollywood Reporter's Alex Ben Block.
Good evening, and thank you, Jill and Deanna. Both of you have done a wonderful job, and having produced some of these dinners, I can tell you it is an enormous amount of effort to put this together, and they've done a great job. In fact, my purpose here tonight is not just to present, but really to tell you a little bit about the LA Press Club and why it matters and why your support, aside from any awards you may win, which of course is a great thing, is really very important. You know, the Press Club has been reinvented several times along the way. This is the centennial anniversary, but there was a period when it didn't exist right around World War II and had to be reinvented. And then again, about a little over 10 years ago, when I was the executive director, Bill Rosendahl and Joe Stewart and a number of other people got together. Pat Morrison was here among them. And at the time, the club had kind of changed. It was being run by public relations people and some others that weren't mainstream journalists. And this group came in and reinvigorated the club, turned it into, once again, a place for journalists, by journalists, and also made it a nonprofit for the first time in some years. And why is it important this club exists? Well, take a look at the world we live in. Many, many journalists are out of work today. We've seen consolidation. We've seen the corporatization of journalism. And the LA Press Club is a voice that can speak outside of that corporate journalism ethic. Also, while the internet is a wonderful thing for communication, there's a whole lot of folks getting up in the morning in their pajamas and writing stuff and pretending they're journalists. That doesn't make them journalists just because they have a way to deliver words. Journalists are people who have been trained, and here's the big difference between the internet journalist and most of the people you'll see in this room, and that is they stand by what they write. They stand by what they broadcast. They have lawyers and copy editors. This is the real thing, and the standards need to be upheld for this democracy and for our country. I think you also have to note, unfortunately, many journalists are in jail. Journalists are being killed around the world. There's many governments suppressing them. Here in the United States, we've seen the spy scandal. We've seen the Associated Press and even Fox News having stuff taken by the government. The LA Press Club's purpose is to stand up for that and to make sure that the things that journalists stand for are done right. And also for government transparency. There's too many places, including this state, where they're trying to shut down the records and not be transparent. We cannot allow this. And of course, the Bill Rosendahl Scholarship, what they do for young journalists, for international journalists, brings us all together because we are bound by our need to find the truth. And finally, I want to congratulate all of you who are nominees, because it's also important to spotlight the great work being done in journalism today. Sometimes that's forgotten. So if you're a nominee or if you win an award tonight, congratulations, you deserve it. Thank you very much.